Hello, welcome to Chief's Corner. This is my opportunity to keep the community apprised of events going on within our police department and within the community. And this month, I would like to talk a little bit about May. May is Peace Officer Recognition Month, and May 15th is Peace Officer Memorial Day. So every year we have an annual recognition event for our police officers to recognize them for the great work that they've done in the community over the past year. This year, our event is at the Knott's Berry Farm Resort Hotel, and it's on Wednesday, May the 23rd at 10 a.m. It's actually a brunch this year. And this year, it's a little bit different than in the past, where we are going to put our police department on display. We're going to have our SWAT team, our canines, our mounted unit, our SWAT vehicles, our explorers, and our technology and our weapons on display so that those that attend the event can kind of walk and see what it is we do and some of the tools we use to be able to provide security to our community. It's one of my most favorite events because it gives me a chance as your police chief to be able to recognize some of just the great work that our police officers and our employees do throughout the year for this community. Tickets are $30, and you can get your tickets by calling 562-3910, and that's area code 714, or emailing my administrative assistant, Charlene Magruder, at cmagruder, M-A-G-R-U-D-E-R, at bppd.com. We hope to see you there. It'll be a phenomenal event, and this is your opportunity as a community member to be able to come and recognize our officers and our employees for just the phenomenal job they do year-round. So thank you.
Hello and welcome to Crime Watch. I'm Jane Cameron with Sergeant Mike Lovchick of the Buena Park Police Department. Now, I order a lot of stuff off the internet. And of course, everything's on my doorway. Sometimes it's right in front of the door, sometimes it's around a little fence, but I'm always worried that it's going to get taken before I get home.
It's a big fear and it's a big concern because lately there have been a lot of package thefts, basically revolving around situations like you just described. Somebody goes and orders something online, they have it delivered to their house, and it sits on a porch or a driveway even sometimes, unattended, possibly up for hours. So yes, it is a big, big concern, and package thefts are certainly on the rise, pretty much throughout the whole state.
Just not fair.
It's very, very frustrating, but there are some things that people can do to try to protect themselves from that, though.
Okay, so besides opening the door real quick and catching them in the act, which doesn't happen very often, what about security cameras? Does that work?
Well, actually it does, because what happens is if you have a security camera on your house, and you're remotely away from your house, let's say you're at work or something like that, and a lot of times you can watch things on a computer or on your cell phone. The good thing about that is you can see what's going on at your house. The bad part about it is that
you can't stop them.
Someone's still getting your package, yeah. So what it does for us, if the theft does occur, at least it gives us something to work on, especially when you have some of these security cameras that are so very, they're very clear and very precise as to what they show on the display.
But if you get, say, a picture of somebody and you get a face, what can the police department do about that?
Well, you'd be surprised because a lot of the crime, I would probably dare to say, is probably committed by somebody fairly local. Not to say that some outside people from outside Buena Park or outside Orange County come and steal packages off of doorsteps and what have you, but a lot of times we'll give pictures that we have from anything, from any type of a theft or any type of an incident, and we'll give it to our patrolmen, who will go, "Hey, I know that guy. That's so-and-so. I recognize him, or I arrested him last week, or I know where he lives." And you'd be surprised how many cases are solved just because you got some real sharp and astute patrolmen that really recognize people that are in their beat.
What if I just don't want to take the risk? Is there a way to have my package delivered somewhere else?
Well, I'll tell you this much. There's a couple of things that you can do. Is one of the things that I've actually had it done at our house is that we'll have it delivered to a home, a neighbor or a relative that we know is going to be home when a package is going to be delivered. So instead of coming to our house or my house when I'm at work or my wife's at work, it goes over to a relative or a friend's house that is able to pick up the package and sign for it. So that is a possibility. The other option is to have it shipped to a post office box or a post office and have them hold on to it.
I've heard of like Amazon Locker or something too.
I'm not sure exactly how that works, but there are things that are available. Now, I don't know exactly how much they cost or if it does cost anything or if that's, even a possibility, but that's what I've been hearing as far as being able to safeguard your packages that get delivered to you.
So what if you do catch somebody? Is it a misdemeanor? Is it a felony? What is it?
Well, it probably depends on what is being stolen. Obviously, if you have something that's worth more than $950, then it becomes a felony to be able to steal that type of particular item. A lot of times, the thieves don't know what's. They just see a package on the ground, and it could be bath towels or it could be a gold watch. Who knows? So it's kind of a excitement, I guess, for a thief like that. But at the same time, it depends on what the value of the package is. Now, as far as the whether it's a misdemeanor or not, we want to be able to prevent the crime ahead of time. Obviously, that's really what we want to do.
Yeah, you don't want the packages on your porch to be an enticement for someone to take them.
Right. The more you can do to prevent somebody from seeing that opportunity, for example, getting the packages right away, have somebody else pick it up, or deliver it to another address. That obviously deters the crime, and that's really what we're trying to make sure people do instead of leaving the packages and making it an enticement for a thief.
Because we still want to be able to shop online, right?
Right, exactly. And like I said, that seems to be the big push nowadays is to shop online and have your packages delivered to your house because it is by all means a very big convenience, but at the same time we want to make sure that we protect our goods.
So what kind of a call are we going on?
Well, we got a call of some people parked in a car at a local park, and they might be smoking marijuana inside their car. So other officers are on their way to check it out too, and we're going to see how things are going.
So we're at the park and they're gone.
Got away.
So is it really illegal to smoke marijuana in the park?
Well, yes, it is. The new California laws that we have regarding marijuana use, yes, marijuana has been legalized. However, you cannot smoke it in public. You can't come to a park and smoke it. It's very similar to like the alcohol laws that we have now, where what you do in the privacy of your own home, that's entirely up to you. But to come out and say, okay, I'm going to go and light up a bowl here at the park and smoke my marijuana, you just can't do that. That's not legal.
Okay, so if they had been here, do you just warn them or what's the consequences?
Well, obviously every circumstances, there's discretion everywhere, okay? I mean, it's not every crime that we see, we arrest somebody, cite them, take them to jail. I mean, there's a lot of discretion, especially in what is now considered a low-level crime as far as marijuana possession and usage and stuff like that. Generally speaking, if you can get the people to comply and say, because you'd be surprised how many people said, well, marijuana is legal now, I can smoke it. And then you kind of have to explain to people that, no, you can't come out in public, you can't smoke it in public, you have to do it in your house or at your house and, that type of thing. But if there are still laws on the books, though, that says that if you get caught smoking marijuana in public, you can receive a citation. Now, how much it costs and all that kind of stuff, I don't know. I don't have exactly how much that is. But it's kind of comparable to, like, let's say, for example, if you were at this park and you were drinking a beer. Okay, it's against the law to have an open container of alcohol in a public place like this. So I would imagine that whatever penalties there are attached to it would probably be pretty comparable to possessing an open container of alcohol in public.
Well, and just the same, you can't drive under the influence of alcohol.
Right.
You can't drive under the influence of marijuana either.
Yeah, that in and of itself is going to be an issue throughout the entire state. There's several states that have legalized marijuana as well already, and I have heard that DUIs under the influence of under the influence of marijuana, they rose. The amounts of crashes and arrests that they had certainly spiked. And there, around here right now, it is still illegal to drive under the influence of any type of substance like that. Because what happens is that it's not a matter of just DUI alcohol; it's DUI alcohol and/or drugs. That's the vehicle code clearly does state that. So now, as far as levels of intoxication and being able to figure out exactly how much marijuana or THC is in their system, those rules and those laws, they're still being worked on, but in and of itself, though, it is still illegal to drive under the influence of alcohol, marijuana, especially, or any other type of drugs, especially if it impairs your ability to safely operate a vehicle.
When I think about how heavy a vehicle is and the damage it can do if someone is driving under the influence and being impaired, it's crazy.
Well, I mean, you're right. It's scary to think about how much damage a car could do. I mean, whether you're sober or you're not. When you're driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, it just makes it that much worse, and it would probably be a preventable accident.
And usually involves someone innocent.
Exactly, and that's usually what happens, is that the person who is just minding their own business is the one who suffers the most, it seems like. That's a tragedy.
If you have any questions about tonight's show, you can call the Buena Park Police Department at 562-3901. If you haven't, you need to follow the Buena Park Police Department on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You get to see all the things that go on, both the suspects you capture, warning, and just a whole bunch of different information that's good to stay in tune with your community. With Sergeant Mike Lovchick of the Buena Park Police Department, I'm Jane Cameron. Thanks for watching.